welcome back to the channel, YouTube fam, man. I done did this video like 3 to 4 times. I done been messing up on some things. I had to re-record it like 3 or 4 times. But anyway, man, shout out to the dogs, man, for going out, going out on the road, dealing with a tough game, a tough loss. I know they felt it. I know they know we felt it. I don't have any excuses for them. The offense and the defense did not play very well. Mainly the offense, we didn't have anything going on offense, but I don't want to talk about that because that game is over and done with. We mainly focus on the next game, and the next game is next Saturday against Tennessee, and hopefully we can pull that game off. But once again, it's not about what we gonna do against Tennessee or anything like that. I really want to talk about recruitment in this video. So let me just pull it up for y'all real quick so y'all get to see. Pull it up real quick. And this is kind of where I get my information from. I get a lot of my information from Dogs 24/7. I get to see who's coming in, who's committing, who's decommitting, how many stars they have, where they were nationally, where they were as far as in-state. Obviously, we're ranked number 3 for the 2025 class. Alabama is ranked number 1, and Ohio State is ranked number 2, and we just got that number 3 spot, obviously. Yeah, man, if you look at this, man, it shows what school they went to, they position, they height and weight, where they were nationally, where they were in state, how many stars they got, and the date that they committed. Now, that's, like I said, where I get most of my information from this website. Well, a lot of my information. I'm not gonna say most of my information, but I get a lot of my information from this website, and this website 9 times out of 10 is gonna be accurate. But when you look down this list, majority of these players are not offensive players. You know what I mean? Currently, right now on this list, we have 9 offensive players, starting with Ulysses Williams. You know what I mean? He's a 4-star tight end. You know what I mean? 6'7", 235 pounds. That's a good deal. Hopefully we can keep him there and he can stay committed. With NIL, it's hard for a player to stay committed nowadays. I'm seeing nowadays guys on the sidelines with big old medallions full of diamonds in their chains. These guys ain't staying committed. So it's hard to keep guys committed with the NIL. But anyway, we got Taylor. We've been hearing a few things, especially if you watch the dog post on YouTube. You watch their channel, Dean Leggett them. They was speaking highly on Taylor. Hopefully, he's 6'1", 173 pounds. Hopefully he can, work wonders for us. We need some depth on the offense side of the ball. Technically we do got depth. I'm gonna show y'all why I say we got depth. We just not using them. But anyway, let's go down the list. Like I said, there's 9 players committed right now as far as the offense side of the ball. You got this guy here, Osmain. He's definitely high recruit. I've been seeing him somewhere everywhere. Hopefully he can work wonders for us on that offense side of the ball, because we're gonna need more running backs. We need to get more in depth on that running back position. Also, CJ Wiley, he was a big time commit. I mean, people was going crazy when he committed to Georgia. Ryan Montgomery, 4-star quarterback. I'm hoping that he's a dual threat. I think that he is a dual threat, but hopefully he is. My motto, you ain't winning no national championship without no dual threat quarterback. Every time we won one, we won it with a dual threat quarterback. You got Ethan Barber, I think that's his name. I can't even pronounce it right, but anyway, he's a tight end, 4-star. Let's keep going. You got another wide receiver, Landon Rolland. He puts you in the mind of Ladd McConkey. He's definitely fast, just like Ladd McConkey. Got Tyler Williams, wide receiver, 6'1", 205 pounds. He's a 3-star. But like we always say, man, stars don't always matter, because a lot of players can come to Georgia and they can be complete duds. It's been a lot of players that have been high, 4 stars or whatever, and they come to Georgia and they are not performing or didn't get developed the way we expected them to. One guy came in, damn, my hat is just crazy right now. Anyway, one guy that came in that wasn't nowhere near what we expected him to be is Brock Vandegrift. That's why he transferred to Kentucky, because he knew that Carson was coming back and his playing time was going to be limited. So he went on and went somewhere else, which I feel like it is what it is. But he's a player that I feel like didn't develop the way we thought he was going to develop. He was a high 5-star guy, but he just didn't, it is what it is. But at the same time, I just feel like when it comes to the offense, we need depth. And like I said, we do actually have it. We're just not using our players, and I'm gonna show you why. So let's go to ESPN, because this is where this is also things that I'll be looking at when I find out my information, and on Georgia and what's going on when it comes to the depth. All right, so we go to the roster, right? Go to our roster. So if you want to speak on quarterback depth, here we go. We got Carson Beck at the top. Obviously, you got Sam Bush, 5'11", 185 pounds, freshman. Colin Drake, 6'1", 195, junior. Colton Jen, 6'3", 203 pounds, freshman. Ryan Puglisi, 6'3", 210 pounds, freshman. Jaden Rashada, 6'4", 190, freshman. Gunnar Stockton, 6'1", 215, sophomore. So we do have guys, y'all. We do have guys, and when we were thinking about rotating, I was thinking about rotating. I didn't want to bench Carson. I didn't want to, nobody to take his job. I just wanted Kirby to take him out and settle him down for a couple of games. You know what I'm saying? Not even the whole game, just a couple of snaps. But they didn't want to do that. They felt like Carson was the better man for the job. Out of all of these quarterbacks, Carson was the only guy that gave us a chance, in Kirby Smart's own words. So, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go down to the wide receivers, which is crazy. The wide receivers are super deep. This not even all of it right now. This is half of it. But I counted out. It's 21 wide receivers, right? There are 21 wide receivers, minus Kobe Young. We got to take Kobe Young out because, he's suspended indefinitely. So we got to X him out. So let's say 20 wide receivers, right? The only wide receivers that's actually on the field is Dylan Bell. You got Dylan Bell, London Humphrey, Dominic Lovett, and Arian Smith. And then sometimes you'll see Anthony Evans. Mainly he was on special teams, but you starting to see him a little bit more here and there. But you got 20 wide receivers is the point that I'm making. You have 20, even Michael Jackson, this guy transferred from USC. I thought he was going to be a dog. I saw his highlights, thought he was going to be a dog. Haven't seen him on the field really not one time this year. So I don't know if he's on the injured list or what. I haven't seen his name on the injured list, but I don't know what's going on with him. But out of all of these players, you mean to tell me they can't rotate these guys in? I'm not saying put guys on the bench. I'm just saying you have depth on the offense. You have wide receivers. Why not utilize these guys in some other way than sitting them on the bench? You can't do nothing with these guys if they're sitting on the bench. They can't develop if they're sitting on the bench. They have to get in the game at some point, especially when we actually need it, especially when that none of our wide receivers are doing really anything to help us out. Start rotating some of these guys out. That's all that I'm saying. And that goes back to what I was saying about recruitment. We have to recruit at a high level, because it's pointless to have 20 some odd wide receivers on the roster and only 3 or 4 of them is actually actively playing. It's pointless. That doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, to have that many wide receivers and only 4 get to play. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you can't say that none of them are good enough. You can, come on, out of 20 people, man. Well, out of actually let's just say 17, 18. Out of 17 or 18 wide receivers, you only play 3. I mean, out of 20 wide receivers, you only play 3 or 4 of them. It just doesn't make sense to me, man. But I'm not gonna hold y'all long, man. I just wanted to show y'all a few things and show y'all why I always speak highly about recruitment, and why I think that's the part of the recipe that we're missing. We're missing those high-powered quarterbacks, wide receivers, and at this point, running backs. The last of the dying breed was James Cook and Zamir White, and Kendall Milton and who else? Y'all tell me in the comment section. But my thing is, man, we got to get back to that. We got to use the formula that we're using when it comes to the defense. Kirby Smart is flying in to see linebackers and things like that. He in my opinion, I just think they got to do the same thing when it comes to the offense. We had we had the guy Dylan Raiola, so we had him at one point. Then he, decommitted and went over to Nebraska. We all know that he had family ties over there, but also Nebraska probably gave him a better offer. You know what I mean? The guy even moved to Georgia to play his senior year so that he can be closer to the program. And he even tried to help with recruiting. He also tried to help with recruiting. I think it was to KJ Bolden. I think he was messaging KJ Bolden on social media saying, hey, come on over to Georgia. This is where it's going to be at. And he still decommitted. So obviously they probably gave him a bigger offer, and that's what Georgia needs to probably tighten up on too. You know, that's probably a part of the recipe that they need to tighten up on is the NIL. Now, we all know NIL is playing a major part nowadays. Guys is not staying committed because of NIL. Guys going to other places. You know what I mean? It's plenty of teams that's making the money. I feel like Georgia does have the money to keep guys there, but it's hard when they're getting bigger and better offers other places. I'm not the type of person that's in agreement so much with NIL. I feel like the players should be paid, but I just feel like it's like it is evening out the playing field. Don't get me wrong, it is. But now it's making these players, they're not committed. They're not committing to a specific team. And that's where Dabo is having a problem at. Even though Clemson is looking a little better, Dabo, that's the problem that he's having over there at Clemson. He doesn't really see the vision in paying players, you know. So therefore I don't even think he went in the transfer portal. I'm not even sure. But anyway, this ain't about Dabo and Clemson. I just feel like Kirby gotta start, you know, Kirby and the rest of the coaching staff and everybody that's a part of recruitment, they need to do better and start recruiting better on that offense side of the ball. No more of this pocket passing quarterback. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in college football no more, and it doesn't work in the NFL. You know what I mean? So that's over and done with. You know, you have to, in order to win a national championship, you have to have a dual threat quarterback. You have not seen a pocket passing quarterback win a national championship in how long? I'll wait. Tell me how long. Because the last few years, every quarterback that has won a natty has been a dual threat. So I ain't gonna keep y'all that long, man. And last thing I want to say, man, shout out to my subscribers, everybody that's been holding me down since I started. I'm trying to give y'all the best content that I can give y'all. You know what I mean? And I'm noticing that a big percentage of people that's watching my videos are not people that subscribe. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like bell, hit that notification bell. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, comment, and stay tuned to the Doghouse, man. Go Dogs.